Hello and welcome to Mrs. Sewells Music Lessons, and today we're on lesson 9 and we'll be learning all about dynamics. But before we get into that, we're going to revise something that we did last week. So here are our different rhythms from last week that we learnt. Let's say them together. Are you ready? It goes T, T, ta, T, T, ta. Very good. Our next one, ta, ta, T, 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 and then T, T, ticka, ticka, T, T, ta. Let's say them in our heads, but clap them this time. You ready? 1, 2, here we go. Very well remembered. Now, hopefully as well you remember that last week what we did is we assigned different timbres to our rhythm. So our top rhythm, stamp, stamp, clap, stamp, stamp, clap, stamp, stamp, clap, stamp, stamp. Our second rhythm, stamp, clap, shoulder clap, stamp, clap, shoulder clap, stamp, clap, stamp, shoulder clap, stamp, stamp, shoulder. Very good. Our last rhythm went chest, chest, right, stamp, stamp, chest, Very good. So our purpose of this last week was to think about timbres, all those different sound qualities that we could get. And so I want you to choose one of these lines now, but what I've done is I've recorded myself with different instrumental timbres. They're all percussion timbres actually. I've used a tambourine, I've used a cabasa, and I used a drum. So the top line is the tambourine, the second line is the cabasa, and the drum is for the third line. So start off and just watch the video first, and then we're going to do it again, and I want you to choose one of the lines that you're going to play. So here we go. Here's the video. 3, 4. Did you notice that they didn't all come in together? So the tambourine started and it had 2 bars, and then the cabasa came in, then there was 2 more bars, and then the drum came in. So this time I want you to choose which line you're going to do, and then you're going to join in with that instrument. So don't come in early. Here you go, give it a try. 3, 4. Very well done. So now what we're going to do is actually listen to a piece of music, and I don't want you to do anything whilst you're listening apart from just be completely absorbed by the music and try and notice how it makes you feel. Okay, so here we go. Listen to this piece of music. put on the video how they were different sections, and each section was quite contrasting to the one that came before it and the one after it. This time what I'd like you to do is listen again, but what you're going to do is draw an emoji for each one of those sections. So once you've listened, you should end up with 5 emojis. I've put some here on the screen to try and inspire you. Maybe you're feeling this cool emoji with the sunglasses. Maybe you're thinking, I'm not entirely sure about this section of the music. Maybe it's a shocking section. Maybe it makes you feel that emoji. Maybe it's this one. I don't know, there's so many to choose from. Maybe it's the screwing your face up laughing emoji. Whatever emoji it makes you think of is absolutely fine. There is no right or wrong answers for this. All there are your answers, and that's what we're after. So listen again and say for each section, if you could draw an emoji. So you end up with 5 emojis at the end. Here we go, have a listen. All very different? Were they very contrasting? Also, when I was listening to that music and thinking about the emojis, mine were all very, very different. I went from very, very happy, and I also had the shush emoji. And I had this one here with actually no mouth on it, just with the eyes as well for one of my sections. And that's because the music it was very contrasting. It used lots of musical devices to sound different. So it changed the rhythm, it changed the tempo, we had silence in there, but we also had a change of volume. And this is what our lesson is all about today. Dynamics are volume in music. So I'm going to play you a little video now. We like these videos, just to really explain dynamics in music. Here it goes.
When you listen to music, you can turn the volume up or down to make the music louder or quieter. When you make music, you can choose to play loudly or quietly, or in between. Different volumes in music are called dynamics.
So you saw in that video they had that volume control, and there was 2 letters on it. It had a P and an F, and these are what we're going to look at today in our music lesson. Now, dynamics, there are so many different dynamics, too many to count, I would say. There's such a variety of them, but we're just going to concentrate on these 2, and we have the P and the F. And the P is our quiet one, our quiet dynamic, and the F is our loud one. Now, they have words, they just are an abbreviation of piano, and it is spelt like piano, but we're not talking about the instrument here. Piano is our word for quiet, and then we have forte. The piano used to, when it was first invented, it was a piano forte because it could play quiet and it could play loud, and this is what these symbols mean. So we have P for piano, we have F for forte, quiet and loud. So let's have a look at this song that we've done before now. So I'm hoping that you remember it. Let's sing it together. It goes, I heard the old man say, John Kanaka-naka-toolie-yay. Today's a holiday. John Kanaka-naka-toolie-yay. Toolie-yay, toolie-yay. John Kanaka-naka-toolie-yay. Toolie-yay, toolie-yay. John Kanaka-naka-toolie-yay. We did some of our body percussion to this. We created an ostinato to go with John Kanaka-naka. But I'm going to be asking you to do something different with the song today. And that is, I'm going to add in some dynamics. So look here, a P has emerged. And this is for these first two lines. I would like these first two lines to be sung piano. I heard the old man say, John Kanaka-naka-toolie-yay. Then these next two lines are forte. Today's a holiday. John Kanaka-naka-toolie-yay. What's going to come next? Piano, of course it is. Toolie-yay, toolie-yay. John Kanaka-naka-toolie-yay. We're going to finish. Toolie-yay, toolie-yay. John Kanaka-naka-toolie-yay. Let's sing this whole song together. So start piano. Are you ready? I heard the old man say, John Kanaka-naka-toolie-yay. Today's a holiday. John Kanaka-naka-toolie-yay. Toolie-yay, toolie-yay. John Kanaka-naka-toolie-yay. Toolie-yay, toolie-yay. John Kanaka-naka-toolie-yay. Very well done. It's important to notice that our dynamic changes. So we sing piano, we sing forte, but we didn't change anything else. We didn't change the pitch of our notes, and we didn't change the tempo or the speed in which we were singing. We only changed the dynamic, and that's a really important skill to make sure that nothing else changes apart from the dynamics. Now, here we go. It's all well and good being able to sing quiet and sing loud and put those into our music. But I don't know about you, it's quite a stark contrast, isn't it, when we go from our quiet section to our loud section. So I'm going to introduce you to these two lines now. You might have seen symbols like this in your maths lesson because they mean smaller than and greater than, don't they? So we have seen those before, but these are our musical symbols. And they still actually mean greater than and smaller than, but in a dynamic sense. So here we're starting quiet and we then get louder. And then this one starts loud and then it gets quieter. I think really when you know, it's quite obvious, isn't it? Because you can see it within the shape of them. But these have got special names in music, and they are a crescendo. Crescendo, say it with me, crescendo. And this one is a diminuendo, say it with me, diminuendo. So crescendo gets louder, diminuendo gets quieter. So here we go, let's have our challenge. Back to John Kanaka-naka. This time our first two lines are still going to be piano, but then we're going to crescendo. So we're going to do, I heard the old man say, John Kanaka-naka-toolie-yay. Today's a holiday. John Kanaka-naka-toolie-yay. So it's like we're gradually turning up that volume dial. Then we get to forte. Toolie-yay, toolie-yay. John Kanaka-naka-toolie-yay. Then we're going to diminuendo. Toolie-yay, toolie-yay. John Kanaka-naka-toolie-yay. And it's important to remember with our crescendos and our diminuendos that we start at the dynamic we were. So we should do this part piano. We don't start crescendoing until today's a holiday, until we get further into the line. And equally here, when we diminuendo, toolie-yay, toolie-yay, John Kanaka-naka-toolie-yay. Our diminuendo starts after that. Okay, let's sing it together and see how you get on. Ready? I heard heard the old man say, Jonka-naka-naka toodly-yay. Today's a holiday, Jonka-naka-naka toodly-yay. Toodly-yay, toodly-yay, Jonka-naka-naka toodly-yay. Toodly-yay, toodly-yay, Jonka-naka-naka toodly-yay. I don't know about you, but it really does change the feeling of Jonka-naka-naka. And it makes me kind of notice lots of different things within the song that maybe I'd not noticed before because I'm concentrating on the dynamics. But very well done. Now, we are progressing really well with our musical knowledge. So we're going to try and tie up a few of our lessons now. We're going to connect things together. So we're going to look here at our notation. Now, if you remember back in lesson 5, we spoke about pitch and we spoke about how we write it on the stave. And you wrote down the song, hot cross buns, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. And what I've done here is instead of using my own handwriting, I've just typed it out on my music kind of notation program that I have on my laptop. So let's look at our rhythm first, just to confirm that it is hot cross buns. Ta ta two, ta ta two, T T T T T T T T ta ta two. It's definitely the rhythm of hot cross buns. Let's check the pitch now. So we've got our 3 notes. Da 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 da. So there on our musical score, we have got the rhythm, we have got the pitch. And now what I've done as well is I've added the dynamics underneath. I could also have put the lyrics, but I didn't want to kind of put too much on this score in one go. So let's look at our dynamics now. We have forte to start with, piano, and there is no diminuendo between those two. It's just from one straight into the other. Then we've got our crescendo up to forte. Let's see if we can just sing it to la and add in these dynamics. So it will go la 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 la. Very good. Let's sing the words with it now and the dynamics. Are you ready? Hot cross buns, hot cross buns. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. Very good indeed. So I'm hoping now that you can see how all of these musical elements, all these things that we've been working on, help bring our music together. And being able to write our music down, for me particularly, is very useful because my memory is shocking. So being able to see these things on the page is really good for me as a musician. Now, as you are getting so good, I've got another challenge for you today, and this is some sight reading. Now, some musicians, the thought of sight reading can instill so much fear into them, but I don't want you to have that fear because it's not actually that tricky to do sight reading. Sight reading literally means that you're going to sing or play a piece of music that you've not had time to practice. You're just going to look at it for the first time and then you're going to perform it. That's what sight reading is. First thing we do is when we get our piece of music that we're going to be sight reading, we look at the rhythm. Now you're getting very, very good at the rhythm, and I will say the rhythm of this piece is not too tricky. Let's say the rhythm together. It goes T T T T T T T T T T T T T T T T T T T T T T T T T T T ta ta. That's not tricky at all, is it? Lots of quavers in this piece, and we just finished with 2 tars. Let's clap that rhythm now. So say it in our heads, but we're going to clap it. 1, 2, here we go. Did you get lost? Were you able to follow the music with your eyes, or did you do too many sets of quavers? it's again, when you've actually got lots of the same, you can get into a bit of a rut and you just get stuck doing all those quavers and you forget actually you've got 2 tars to come at the end. So let's just clap it one more time and make sure that you are following with your eyes. You are reading each pair of quavers as we clap them. 1, 2, here we go. Very well done. So next what we're going to do is have a look at the pitch of the notes. So here we start with 3 notes the same. Ba, 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 then we have a leap up. Ba, then we go down a step. Ba, then we jump up. Ba, ba, ba. So let's listen to that again. Ba, da, 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 da. That's our first 2 bars. Then our pitch jumps down. Da, 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 da. And actually that's the same shape as that. But what we've done is we've just done that pattern a bit lower. So again from the beginning. Da, 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 da. These 2 bars are exactly the same as the first 2 bars. Da, 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 da. Then da, 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 da. I don't know about you, but I recognise that tune. Let me lower it for you all the way through. La 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 Bobby shafted to sea, silver buckles on his knees. He'll come back and marry me, Bonnie Bobby Shafto. That's that tune. And I didn't know that before. I just managed to work it out. So the information I've got from my score is it's told me the rhythm, it's told me the pitch, but there is also the information here of these dynamics. So this time I'm going to lower it through with the dynamics. Here we go from the beginning. La 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 la. Very good. Let's do it one more time. Make sure you're joining in with me. And la 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 la. Very well done indeed. I'm very impressed. So, as I said, we've been learning lots and lots of different musical words and terms and what exactly they mean. And I thought today what we're going to do is have a bit of a challenge. So I collected through all my notes, I rewatched all our lessons, I collected lots of these words that we've already learned about and I've jumbled them up. So the challenge for you now is to see if you can unjumble the words. So here we go. Here is the first word. Chit, chit. What word is that? So I've just jumbled the letters up. It's one of our musical words. I've said it in today's lesson. But what word is it? Can you unjumble them? Good. It is pitch. So what I'd like you to do is write down the word pitch and then write down that definition. So what does pitch mean in music? All right, so pause the video and write down what does pitch mean in music. Good. Well, hopefully what you wrote down is that pitch is how high and how low our notes are. Very well done. Are you ready for number 2? I will tell you there's 8 of these that we're doing today. So here is number 2. What word have I jumbled up? LSE up. LSE up. Can you think of it? What do you think? It's a really important one. It's one of the very first words that we learnt in our lessons. It is, of course, pulse. Pulse. So write down pulse. Pause the video again and put the definition of pulse next to the word. Good job. Pulse, obviously, is our steady beat. It runs through all of our music and we have to play to the pulse. So our steady beat that runs through music. Good work. Here's number 3. Number 3. R-M-E-B-B. What could that be? I will say this is one of our trickier words. I'll give you a clue in that we did it last lesson. We spoke about it at the start of today's lesson. So can you unjumble those words? Those letters rather? Can you unjumble them? And what word does it make? Timbre. Well done. So pause the video, write timbre and write down the definition. Well done. So timbre obviously is sound quality, isn't it? It can be your voice, the sound of your voice, it can be the sound of an instrument, it can be a body percussion sound, but timbre is the sound quality. Are you ready? Here is our next one. That looks a bit weird. There are no vowels in this word. What word could that be? What word doesn't have any vowels? Can you unjumble those letters? Good, of course it is rhythm. And I think we've done rhythm absolutely every single lesson because it is such a key building block of music. So rhythm. What is the definition of rhythm? Pause the video and write it down. Good. So rhythm is our combination of long and short sounds. When we put those long and short sounds together and muddle them all up, we get different rhythms. Well done. Now, here we go. Pop me. What musical word have I jumbled up and put here? Any ideas? Pop me. Yes, of course it is. Tempo. So, what does tempo mean in music? Again, we spoke about it today very briefly, but pause the video, write it down and give me the definition. Of course, tempo is the speed of the music. Tempo. We're almost there. Only a couple more to do. What's this one? What word is this? Now this one's got a couple of vowels in it, hasn't it? And together. So what word have I jumbled up? Of course it is ostinato. Ostinato. So we've done lots of ostinatos. We did one to John Kanaka, we did one to We Will Rock You. Pause the video and write down what an ostinato is. An ostinato is a repeating melodic or rhythmic pattern that goes through our music. So well done, ostinato. Okay, here is number 7. Number 7, rucktrews. What word have I jumbled up? Can you figure it out? It is structure. Of course, structure. So again, pause the video, write down the definition of structure in music. Structure obviously means how our music is built. So we've looked at song structure with verse and choruses, we've looked at binary form, ternary form and rondo form, and you compose some pieces in those structures. Okay, our last word. What did I jumble up? Miss Candy. I'll give you a clue. We might have said it quite a lot today. Of course it is dynamics. Well done. So again, pause the video, write down dynamics and tell me what the definition is. It is the volume, how loud and how quiet our music is, and all of the volumes in between. Really well done. You're doing so brilliantly with all your music. I'm very impressed. So thanks for coming along and I'll see you next week.